Alright, so let's have another night prowl. I think that's what we're calling it, right? Well, let's talk about, last video, which I took maybe 4 days ago. I've thought about it. I've thought lots about it. And, I think there was a chess metaphor I had in there, which was basically, I can see all the moves and all of them sort of lead to checkmate. I can't seem to find anything that gives me any sort of satisfaction or reason for staying alive. But, maybe there's something. And yet, there's that kind of hopelessness. And, that mood strikes me every once in a while. I think I added up. I was kind of in a hopeless mood maybe 1/3 of the time. And today is one of those wonderful days. One of those days where, I've been through enough of these to where it's like, yeah, it's probably going to get better and whatever. But it still sucks. And even when I'm in a more hopeful mood and a less shitty mood, I still recognize that, yeah, it's still probably not going to work out. Again, like in a chess game, you see, all right, if I move here, the opponent moves here, and then they move here, and, and that's going to be checkmate. Well, if I do this, well, all right, it's going to be a little different, but it's still going to be checkmate, right? And that's kind of the frustration, which is, I think I have plenty of decent stories to tell. I have some interesting observations, but I don't think anyone gives a flying fuck about this, That's sort of the observation, because I don't see too much of this anywhere else. And I don't think I'm nearly as charismatic. I don't think I'm nearly as persuasive as needs to be anyways, but I don't see any sort of demand for this, And that's kind of it. I just don't see. I see most people just going about their days, doing the normal stuff, and they just don't really seem to have a thirst for anything fundamentally different. Again, with the Guerrero thing, I put it out there. Masculine likes masculine, and no one really cares. No one really cares. So again, I think I said this in the last video. If people are not interested in this relatively somewhat superficial topic, why would people be interested in any of the more deeper topics that we could talk about? If you did like other guys, and this would apply to even the gays. This would apply to people who may have had just sort of transient same-sex attractions. And could you talk to anyone about it? Could you talk to your parents about this? Is this some dirty secret you had to keep? It's like, what does that tell you? What does that tell you about the kind of relationships you have around you? Which is, you can't talk about these things, you can't be honest about this. And that's just where I find myself. I can't be honest with anyone, No one cares. Everybody wants to be empty. Everybody just wants to, I don't know, just do the same old, do the nothingness. And yeah, I'm just not that interested in that. And yet, what step do I make? Again, I say, all right, I'll talk about this. So I could do this series of videos. And generally, in my more hopeful moods, I do tend to try to think about those sort of things, right? I try to think about that. And then I'm like, ooh, I'll do this video, I'll do that video, and I'll talk about this topic, and ooh, and then I can talk about this stuff. But then why bother with any of this, right? Why bother with any of it? Because no one's going to give a shit. Now, again, if I didn't have any hope, then I guess I wouldn't even be making this video. I guess I wouldn't be making any sort of videos, Because what's the point? So there's a flicker of hope. Even on not the best days. Even on, But, again, it's just like with chess. Maybe there's a move I haven't seen yet. Maybe there's something I can do, but I highly, highly doubt it. Well, it looks like someone just came home from a vacation here. Twist and back. So anyways, what's my point? Yeah, so it's just sort of tough, and part of it is, I don't know, I'm somewhat uncomfortable with this medium, it's putting it I used to, I was recording to this little MP3 player that I actually have right now around me. It has a recording feature in it, and I do little daily journals in there. It's nothing too, it's mostly here's what I did, here's some thoughts. Sometimes, most of the times it lasts for maybe 1 or 2, 3 minutes. Sometimes, I can talk for an hour sometimes, And I go, hold on now. Yes, indeed. Well, that's the problem is, it's kind of nice to clear my head at the end of the day and say, all right, I did this, I'm going to do this tomorrow. A lot of it is just kind of basically clerical work. Here's just the basic stuff that needs to be done. Here's the chores. Here's what I kind of want to do. It's just, that's pretty good stuff, I think, to just do that. Again, there's some deep thoughts every once in a while, if you can call it that. But the point is, it's... in terms of it's a different format, it's easier, you just slap the player on and you don't have to worry about the camera and all that. And it is kind of self-conscious to be on camera. And it's like, well, you got to make the video a little better because, well, you might, you make the video a little better, more people might click on it. So it's like, I don't want to be a fucking producer here, right? But the other part of it is, I don't, these are kind of monologues. That's the problem with the original Guerrero book, right? Is... I don't want this to be just a monologue. I want other people who are like-minded and whatever, And, if I can't get a couple guys interested in, hey, let's throw a Frisbee around, or let's do this and that, and, we're smart enough. Yeah, I said this last time, right? We're smart enough, kind of like other guys. Nothing wrong with that, right? Well, if I can't do that, well, these deeper issues about feelings and our relationship to the world and the shittiness that it is, well, I'm not sure if there's anybody for that either. If you can't get the easy stuff, I'm not really sure. That's what it always goes back to, is that sort of hopelessness, which is maybe there's a move. Maybe I can figure something out. I'm a smart guy, and I quit college. I didn't have to get some shitty job and some boring nonsense. But, I haven't been able to figure it out, and I'm fairly certain I won't. But, maybe I can do something. And yet, probably not. I don't know. Just let's, there's enough light out here. I guess 7 minutes. All right. And... I guess that's it. I think, because this is kind of a new medium, I do kind of want to repeat myself a few times, be a little bit more comfortable here. I think this is a little more comfortable than last time, I would say. It feels a little more comfortable, Talking like a crazy person out of the streets. Let's see, it is midnight already? Just about. Let's see, what, 11:46 p.m. There we go. Well. So, it is nice out here. It's still, Houston weather. It's about 300 degrees, nice and humid, nice and warm out. And no person out here, so that's good. It's a little harder, I think, if people are passing by and stuff. And, hey, let's talk about there's no hope for anything. Yeah. Instead, I'll just say it out loud at midnight and upload it to everybody on the internet. That makes a lot more sense, Which is a weird sort of thing, isn't it? And that is a weird thing, isn't it? Again, these videos are not getting very many views and probably won't, but it still is a weird thing that I'm more than happy to put this up and anybody can look at it. But the idea that somebody would be walking down the street listening in, ew, that's just, yeah, that's a weird thing, isn't it? It is. Yeah. Anyways, I guess, you can, let's see here. Do I have anything else to say about this? Do I have anything else to say about this? I think in the last few minutes I got most of it across. Maybe if there's something, maybe if something else comes out of me, I'll think about it. But, not sure if there's anything else all that interesting. Let's see, I got hopelessness, yes. I'm not really sure if there's anything else. Maybe we can walk a few minutes. Let's see. Hopelessness. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things is I could never talk about this stuff when I was, you know, younger. I think in the original videos where I still had, well, I don't know if you can see that I have my hair grown out again, but in the videos that I uploaded, I uploaded 3 videos that were originally from Man. I think I talked about, yeah, I can't talk about this stuff with anybody else, and yeah, that's kind of a constant. You can't talk about this stuff with anybody. You know, it's just a fucking monologue. It's always been an internal monologue. Now it's an external monologue. And, you know, that's the problem, is I put this stuff out there, and no one's fucking interested. I don't know where to go from there. I'm a smart guy. And yet I can't fucking figure it out. So, you know, I don't... it's that stuckedness. I don't know, it's probably not a word, but I guess we'll use it. You know, it's okay, I put this out there. I expected to find something. I expected other people to be doing similar things, as I've mentioned before. I expected other guys to be doing stuff like this, maybe writing about this stuff, maybe, you know, a little club or something. You know, anybody else? You know, it's a big country, it's a big world. Nobody else is doing, okay, well, how wonderful. Nobody else is doing anything. And that's, you know, that's kind of the daunting thing, because if there's this little interest that nobody else kind of independently came up with it, and independently, I mean, again, the whole fucking point of this Greco, G-R-E-R-O, Greco-Roman, right? This isn't all that new, right? I mean, some of this stuff goes back thousands of years. And if you read the book, you know, there are some other, well, it doesn't matter. So this isn't all that new, so to speak. You know, the idea that, you know, let's get together, let's, whatever. It's just such a zombie world. No one's interested in this stuff. I don't know. And again, I think I used I think last time we did this night prowling, I had the example of what, Chinaman? Yeah, the politically correct word. I don't know. Orientals, is that better? I don't know. You know, the point is like, okay, there's millions and billions of people doing stuff I'm not interested in, and they're not interested in what I'm doing. Like, okay, I don't give a flying fuck. Fantastic. They can do their own thing. But where are the dozens, hundreds, or thousands of people that you could build a community with? You know? Masculine, intelligent, maybe a bit self-introspective, not completely retarded, not... you know, no. And, you know, part of it is like, okay, asshole, well, you know, you say you have all these great topics and all these great videos. Well, put it out there, idiot, right? It's like, yeah, okay, but it's not like I see that many people putting this out there, which means there's very little demand for it. The few people who I think have done stuff, you know, around the topics I'm interested in, okay, and they don't seem to have built anything out of that I think is worth it. So it's like, who am I here? Okay, I don't really think that highly of myself, you know? I look at it and I say, okay, I'm a pretty talented guy, I'm a pretty smart guy, but okay, there have been people who sort of did what I was doing, you know? And if nobody's interested in this, well, you know, I don't think my great talents are going to overcome that, you know? And that's again, that goes back to the hopelessness, which is fantastic. Great. I got all these great ideas, and no one fundamentally gives a shit to the degree to which I think is worth doing and pursuing. You know, because again, with the Greco thing, I put it out there, I advertise it, I get a couple emails, you know, that's nice. You know, a couple of people send some stuff back, and, you know, that's nice. I mean, it's good. It really is, but it's not enough. So, can you build anything worthwhile out of this? You know, what exactly is worthwhile? What is it exactly that I want? Those are also very good topics, and maybe one video we will talk about them. I think it would have been nice if we could end it on a note where it's not completely dark. It would have been a little bit more, well, maybe here. I don't know. I think, yeah, in some places it's just like completely dark. I saw that in the video I did a few days ago. It was just totally dark in some splots. Splots? Blotches? Splots. That is the word of the day. I need to drink some water. I didn't bring any. Oh, here's some more light. You know, it's funny, if you'll remember, this is the same shirt, by the way, this yellow shirt. I think this featured 5 years ago in one of the videos I had in my unkempt backyard. Yeah, I have the same hat, same shirt, same unkempt yard, so maybe we'll do some videos from there someday. You know, part of it was I did videos out there, and then, you know, there's mosquitoes, there's, you know, Mexicans with leaf blowers, there we go. Or those water things, they always do that as well, it's kind of annoying. The ones that clear the sidewalks, that's also sometimes can be pretty loud. Anyways, the point is, we have to blame this all on the Mexicans. My inability to do videos, nothing else. And, let's see here. Yeah, so it was just mosquito, yeah, and I don't know. If I really, see, that's the thing, is it's not really that. I mean, it's kind of hard to put these videos up and no one gives a shit. It's hard to motivate yourself when you realize no one gives a shit. It's kind of hard to keep pumping stuff out. But hopefully, maybe we can put some stuff out. I don't know. Anyways, I think that is a pretty good note. I mean, this has been running, what, here? 16 minutes. It's not too bad. You know, I think this was a nice little chit-chat we had today. A little monologue, of course, but that's fine. We put it out there, you know. Not much to add here. You know, last time when I did this 4 days ago, I kind of thought about it, as I said, and right before I came out here, I reviewed it again and took some notes, and, you know, I think that might be a good way of doing it next time, is, you know, let's do this. Let's take some notes, and, you know, we can go from there. So, adios.